With 50,000 watts of power, you're listening to KLOK, San Jose, San Francisco, and Oakland. The most powerful Lazy radio station in America. A Universal Media Access-owned radio station.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I know you want me. You know I want you. I know you want me. You know I want you. I know you want me. You know I want you. I know you want me. You know I want you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
When you touch away, I'll make you hot, get on you, God will make you wanna say.
Now listen,
Get up,
that's right.
stand up, clap your hands, man. I make you wanna dance, I make you wanna move. I just do soria, I can put you in the mood.
Hello everyone, welcome to Rachna's Fitness Show. I'm your host Rachna. This show is all about getting you off the couch and getting you working out. हमारा स्टूडियो का नंबर है 408-912-5565. Again 408-912-5565. ये है स्टूडियो का नंबर if you're interested in asking us a question about your health, your fitness, your nutrition, your weight loss, your weight gain, your strength gain, your muscle gain, your fitness goals. You're definitely welcome to give me a call. अभी हमारे स्टूडियो नंबर पे अगेन हमारा स्टूडियो का नंबर है 408-912-5565. आप सुन रहे हैं रचना को रचना's fitness show पे. I do come here every Wednesday for more than 7 years now, and we do take your live calls. We talk about exercise, nutrition, and pretty much everything in those terms. Again, information about me. I'm a fitness expert. If you are looking to lose weight, if you're looking to get healthy, if you're looking, actually we're having some kind of issues here. So let's see. That's okay. So let's get back on track again. Again, आप सुन रहे हैं रचना को रचना's fitness show पे, and we're just having some volume issues here. Just bear with us for a second. Hopefully that should. Let's see. Okay, so I think that should solve the issue now. Okay, so I'm sorry for the confusion. So just having some volume issues here. So working good now. Again, अगर आप in touch होना चाहते हैं हमारे साथ, if you're interested in losing weight, if you're looking to get healthy, if you have a fitness goal, if you have something in mind that you want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, put it down, write it down on a post-it, put it in front of you, and then I will help you get there. So हमारे बहुत सारे programs are weight loss के जो of course I have been running my own center. I'm the owner of Rachna's Wellness. That was started for about back in just about 2005, 2006, and it's been running since then. So more than 11, 12 years have passed by, and I've worked with thousands and thousands of people, and I'm proud to say I've never had a person who's not seen results in my centers. If you're looking to see results in a very healthy way, so do not do, I don't know, I really don't believe in anything drastic. Of course, results have to happen for you to kind of see the motivation. So yes, results have to happen. That doesn't mean कि I'm going to say कि आप 2 महीने wait करो कोई change होगा. No, results, you need to see results in 2 weeks. But again, you don't have to do something wrong to see that. You definitely can do things right way and still start seeing results in 2 weeks or so. So if you're looking to see results, हमारे बहुत सारे programs, and we do have another batch of our Just Abs program, which is for men and women, which is starting on May 15th. So again, if you're interested in a batch, हमारा जो है Just Abs का, as the name says it is a program that's really going to focus on your abs and waistline, belly fat. If you're interested in this program, या फिर अपने past में किया, you want to come back and do it again. We also have different levels of these batches. So again, based upon your goals, you're definitely welcome. Or if you've never done it, I'll just accordingly put you in a beginner batch. Or we have level 1 and different level 2s. So based upon your goals, you're definitely welcome to give me a call again. हमारा जो Just Abs program है, level 1 is starting on May 15th. To get registered, you can visit my website, rachnaradio.com. Register yourself, or you can always give me a call. We can always do it over the phone, or set up a time for you to come in so we can sit and talk and kind of talk a little bit in detail about you, your goals, your schedule, so we can, or I can personally design something accordingly. The phone number to get in touch with me is 408-320-8111. Again, 408-320 8111. You can also get all the contact information from my website, rachnaradio.com, RACHNA, rachnaradio.com. Okay. You can always get in touch with us through our Facebook page also. Facebook पे जाके facebook.com पे जाके go find Rachna Radio, RACHNA, rachnaradio.com. Check out my videos on YouTube. Just go to YouTube or just go to my website. There's a link on the side that says Rachna's or RWC's YouTube channel. So we have our own channel where, of course, I post a lot of videos. Either they're healthy cooking videos or just talking about nutrition and showing you examples. Something that I've been talking on air for a long time. So of course, a lot of videos have been shot for those. So those are all on my YouTube channel. You can just go to my website, Rachna Radio pe jaake. There's a link on the side that says Rachna's RWC's YouTube channel, or YouTube pe jaake directly just go find Rachna's Wellness and watch the videos. And, if you like them, give them a thumbs up. And I would like to, of course, know what else would you like to see so I can, make videos accordingly. If there's something specific that you would like to see, we'll be happy to get that in too. Okay. Again, the phone number to get in touch with me if you want to register for the Just Abs program, which is starting on May 15th. The phone number to get in touch with me is 408-320-8111. Again, 408-320-8111. Okay, so I wanted to start talking about a study. I know we've talked about this in the past, but there's something that just popped up very recently, and it's been quite a bit in the health news, the fitness news. I want to talk about that. There was a study, and I think there are many studies, but I'm going to go talk about a bunch of studies that used to happen back in 1960s. So what's circulating in the news right now, or in the last couple of days, is that about 50 to 60 years ago, sugar industry quietly paid scientists to point the blame at fat, not at sugar. So that means, and again, we're going to go talk about is what I'm trying to get to is sugar versus fat. What is worse? Is sugar worse or is fat worse? So what happened about back in 1967, which is about just about 50 years ago. So sugar industry actually paid quietly, I'm going to call it under the table or whatever you want to call it, but quietly paid scientists to point the blame at fat, but not sugar. So 1960, the sugar industry funded many researchers, but there's one of the research that's just kind of come out recently that's been really talked about. The sugar industry funded a research that downplayed the risk of sugar and highlighted the hazards of fat. So that means if we're talking about heart diseases and जितनी भी heart diseases होते हैं हमारे, diabetes होती है, so a lot of the blame has always been towards fat. कि fat is something that's going to make you fatty. आपको fat नहीं खाना चाहिए, आपको oil घी कम खाना चाहिए, आपको butter कम खाना चाहिए, and that's when a lot of people started eating margarine and whatnot. But the blame was kind of moved away from the sugar to the fat. So the sugar industry funded this research that downplayed the risks of sugar and highlighted the hazards of fat. In 1967, there was a study done by Harvard scientists that refuted any connection between sugar and heart diseases. So the study said, and this study, of course, was done by Harvard scientists. Of course, we're going to end up believing it, right? But what that study showed, or not just showed, it actually refuted that there was absolutely no connection between sugar and heart diseases. And wonder what? This study was again funded by the sugar industry. So, and of course, this result was published in the New England Journal of Medicine 1967 with no disclosure of the sugar industry funding at all. So the study just came out as a standalone study, but again, this study was funded by, sugar industry. So the study concluded that cutting fat out of this, again, that was the end of the study, and that was a summary, and that's where a lot of people started taking up fat from the diets. And so the study concluded that cutting fat out of our diets was the best way to address heart diseases. For the past 5 decades now, okay, so this study was back in 1967 by Harvard scientists. For the past 5 decades, the sugar industry has been attempting to influence the scientific debate over the relative risk of sugar and fat. Now, why is all of this happening? There's money on the line. Okay, so what was the intent? Or what is the intent? And it's still happening as of today. And I'm going to show you another couple of recent studies also. But again, what was the intent? If people could be persuaded to eat a low-fat diet, okay, so if I could persuade you that you're just going to eat low-fat diet for the sake of the health, they would need to replace that fat with something else. right? If I tell you कि आप fat खाना बंद कर दो, of course you're gonna. First of all, fat gives you satisfaction. Good fat, especially. We're talking about good fats here. We're not talking about vegetable oils. Those are definitely a big no-no. So no vegetable oils, no trans fats, no vegetable oils, and none of that stuff. But we're talking about good fats, which will, I know I've talked about that in the past. We're talking about olive oil, avocado oil, monosaturated fatty acids, even pure desi ghee or even pure butter. All these are considered good fats. Coconut oil. Okay. But again, if I would persuade you कि आप fat खाना बंद कर दो for the sake of your health, yes, you're going to go find something else to get your cravings down because fat is what gives you satisfaction. And you'll see that if I put a big piece of some kind of carbs and also give you some sugar along with it, you're going to eat it, you're going to feel stuffed, but soon enough, maybe an hour to 2 hours later, you're going to feel hungry again. But that would not have happened if there was some good fat or the food was cooked in some good fat because fat keeps the insulin stable. It keeps you happy and satisfied for a longer time. So if I would persuade you somehow to take the fat out of your diet for the sake of your health, you're going to have to replace that fat with something else. And now what the something else would be? Mostly a lot of sugar and carbs. And that's where a lot of money in the industry is corn. Jitni corn se chini banti hai, beet se banti hai, that's the big money industry right there. So Americas. So again, what they found out, if they could do that, back in 1967, that if they could persuade people to not have fat, but try to replace with something else, they found out that America's per capita sugar consumption would go up by 3 times just by making that small change. And at the same time, a lot of other studies that were coming out that showed the other way, that means fat is good for you, but sugar is not, were never printed. They never came out. In fact, there was a study that was done just about the same time that showed that the health benefit of people when they ate less sugar and more vegetables was dismissed because they just said that, you know what, this is something not feasible. People cannot really follow a diet, with no sugars, and they just dismissed the study. So these are the studies that came out just about the same time, and they were just dismissed. They never came out for the public to see. So like I said, this study showed that if people ate less sugar and more vegetables, this study was absolutely dismissed and there's pretty much never printed. There was another study again done at just the same time, which again showed that fat was good for you, but sugar was not. So in this study, in which rats were given a diet in low in fat and high in sugar, was rejected because they said that, this is not something that men would really do. So all of these studies that were coming at the same time never came out, but this big study that was funded by the sugar industry, that was done by Harvard scientists, became the major thing. And that's when a lot of people started cutting fat of the diets. And of course, like I said, since they're cutting fat of the diets, they were replacing it by sugar. So 3 times sugar consumption of the country just about increased. That's where the money is. Now, is it really, let's go back and ask, is it really true that food companies deliberately would set out to manipulate research in their favor? Yes. And the practice still continues. Again, if anyone tuned in, आप सुन रहे हैं Rachna को Rachna's Fitness Show पे. I do come every Wednesday. We do take your live calls if you have a question about exercise, nutrition, your weight loss, आपकी fitness के बारे में, आप weight lose करने की कोशिश में हैं, there's something not working out, or you just want some suggestion or idea or something you've been doing and you want to see if you're doing the right thing, आप call कर सकते हैं. ईटिंग के बारे में, न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में, एक्सरसाइज के बारे में हमारा स्टूडियो का नंबर है 408-912-5565 408-912-5565. ये स्टूडियो का नंबर अभी कॉल करके क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए. And again, if you're interested in getting in touch with me or setting an appointment to come and talk to me or registering for one of our weight loss programs, we do have a lot of different weight loss programs that run simultaneously all the time. There's one that is starting on May 15th, which is called the Just Abs Level 1 for men and women. Just Abs Level 1 starts on May 15th. Complete 3-month course. If you're interested in being a part of this course or this batch, you're definitely welcome to give me a call. 408-320-8111. Again, 408-320-8111. You can also visit my website, rachnaradio.com, or just Google and find Rachna's Wellness Center, RWC, and that's another way you can always find my website and get in touch with me. Okay. So again, अभी स्टूडियो पे कॉल करने के लिए अपना क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए हमारा अभी का नंबर है 408-912-5565. Okay. So again, like I said, again, I'm going to ask the questions. Do you think that's really true that deliberately ये सब हुआ था just because they could manipulate the researchers in their favor? Yes, it did. And the practice still continues, like I said. In 2015, the New York Times obtained emails revealing Coca-Cola's cozy relationships with sponsored researchers. I like the word when they say cozy when I was reading about this. I'm like, interesting, I should just say the same way. Who were conducting studies aimed at minimizing the effects of sugar drinks and obesity. So this was a research that was again funded by Coca-Cola. I still don't understand why are these researchers that are funded by big, huge manufacturers of these products out there for us to look at, because aren't they just going to be one-sided? Yes, of course they will be. Even more recently, emails have been found showing how a candy company, for some reason they don't want to mention the name of the candy company because of lawsuit and whatever, but a very major candy company funded a very important research and influenced also for some weird reason. I don't know why you would influence it, but again, it's a very interesting study. But it says that to show that children who eat sweets have healthier body weight than those who do not and are also happier kids. I don't know. And this is a study that was funded by a major candy company, and it actually influenced a lot of people that show that children who eat sweets have healthier body weight and also are happier than people or kids. We're talking about kids who do not eat sweets and do not eat candies and are less happier. So this was another research. So again, like I said, all these studies have been funded for a long time. Oh, well, so now we've talked about that. Let's, in fact, I'm going to talk about sugar versus fat soon enough, but let's also talk about there was a very important program aired back in just about 5-6 months back on BBC. So you might have seen it. It's called Sugar versus Fat on BBC, and of course the point was which is worse. So I'm going to talk about that also for just a second. So this is a program that was aired. You can go on YouTube and find it and watch it for yourself. It's called Sugar versus Fat. But again, let me kind of summarize the whole thing for you if you don't want to watch it or just listen to me. So sugar or fat, which is worse? That's a question in the BBC documentary Sugar versus Fat. So this interesting setup. What they did is two identical twin brothers, both of them doctors. In this, so again, this is a documentary, so it's a real thing. So it's like that happened. So two brothers, identical twin brothers, dono ke dono doctor, and they go on a diet for a month. Okay, both of them go on a diet for a month. One of them is going to go on an extreme low-fat diet, and the other one goes on an extreme low-carb diet. Not even vegetables are allowed, so just pretty much low carbs, and the other one on a low-fat. So two brothers, identical twin brothers, both of them doctors, and also they mentioned they're both starting at just about, good weight. I mean, they're not skinny, they're not fat, but they're just, average weight. So both of them start on a diet. One of them is going to go on a low-fat diet, another goes on a low-carb diet. Just to give you some background information, one of them gave up sugar and the other one gave up fat. So that's the only way you're going to have a low-carb diet, when you give up sugar. And if you're going to have a low-fat diet, you're going to have to give up the other things. So again, one went on a low-fat diet, another went on a low-carb diet. So that means one of them gave up sugar, the other one gave up fat. Obviously, again, in the study, since it's only one person involved each side, so again, chance plays a big role. But I think it's a very, the findings were more or less something that, kind of could be expected. So even, so like I said, even both the brothers were at a fairly decent weight to start with. The low-carb brother, the one who went with the low-carb diet, lost most weight, 4 kgs, okay, 9 pounds, versus only 1 kg or 2 pounds something for the low-fat brother. Okay, so the low-carb twin brother that went on the low-carb diet lost 9 pounds, and the one who went on the low-fat diet lost 2 pounds. As study after study, it has definitely been shown that low-carb is a way to go, but not low-fat. You have to be very careful. So, of course, some of it is also water weight when you end up losing some weight. So remember that there's always going to be a little bit of water weight when you initially lose some weight. But again, yes, it is also fat also that you lose. Now, what would happen if you would do something similar? I really want to make sure that you know what would happen or what happened to these two brothers also, so that you kind of relate to that. And the reason I'm mentioning that, because it does happen when a lot of people start eating less carbs, a lot of symptoms happen. And sometimes people think something is going wrong, I shouldn't be doing it, then they give up too fast. All I'm going to share you, I'm not telling you what to do as of now, but I'm just sharing you, when you eat something that's either low carb or low fat, how would you feel? And is it foreign? Is it normal? Is it not? Okay. So what happened in this case So they kind of looked at different things. एक तो उन्होंने देखा उनका brain function कैसा हो रहा था when they were on either of the diets, उनकी exercise capacity क्या थी, उनके sugar levels ऊपर जा रहे थे, नीचे जा रहे थे, and then I'm going to talk about the summary of, the documentary or the study. Okay, so the brain function. So the low carb brother, okay, the twin brother that was on a low carb diet, complained of feeling lightheaded. So going on an extreme low carb diet without even vegetables, so we're talking about pretty much no carbs without even vegetables, can absolutely result in problems concentrating. Because what happens जब अपनी body को carbs नहीं देते हो, your body actually starts to use up fat, or it actually starts to burn fat cells. And what happens, any of the two fat cells are connected with a water molecule in your body. So जब वो fat cells आपकी body में से separate होते हैं आपके low carb diet पे जाने से, तो water molecule जो है वो भी साथ में lost होता है. So what happens? So the suggestion that I would give you, drink a lot of extra water if you want to try something like this. Okay. So going on an extreme low carb diet, like I said, without even vegetables, can absolutely result in problems concentrating for a week or even more before the body, again to mention, before the body adapts to burning fat and ketones, to using fat to get energy. But again, it takes about a week to 10 days. I know I could probably go on for quite a while, but what happens जब आप अपनी body को calories नहीं देते हो for some time? Okay, या carbs नहीं है, let's not even talk about calories, it's about carbs. क्योंकि body में अगर carbs नहीं है, तो आपकी body जो है पहले तो आपके जो stored glucose, glycogen को burn करती है. Okay, आपकी body में से जितना भी glucose है उसको burn करती है. Once it is done depleting all of that stuff, then अब उसके पास कोई रह नहीं गया, you're going to start feeling lightheaded for some days, but then after that, the lightheadedness goes away about 7 to 10 days later. And that's when the body is now efficiently getting the energy by burning the fat of the body. And that's where usko ketosis kaha jata hai. But a lot of people give up when they go, and let's not even talk about an absolutely zero carb diet. All I'm saying is that let's say you're used to eating rice, or you're used to eating 3 or 4 rotis at dinner, or आपको carbs की addiction है, bread चाहिए आपको, whatever. जब आपको बोलूँगी आप 2 दिन तक bread ना खाओ, you are going to feel lightheaded. And a lot of people sometimes might give up saying in these 2 days, no, I'm lightheaded, मेरी तबीयत खराब हो रही है, I'm going to end up in a hospital, what's going to happen, I'm going to fall down, I'm going to faint. Nothing is happening. You just need to drink some extra water. Maybe it's some extra lemon added to it, fresh lemon. And like I said, these are just symptoms because 2 दिन में आपकी body का भी पता नहीं चला है, because it's so used to. It is so used to using your glucose and your glycogen for your instant energy all the time. जब आपकी body में carbs कम है, तो glycogen भी नहीं है, अभी glucose भी नहीं है. So body को समझ नहीं आता कहाँ से energy लेके आए. But give it about a week. Give it about a week, your body will get so efficient, or maybe 7 to 10 days, your body is going to get so efficient in actually getting the energy from the fat of the body. That's when you start burning fat, which is called ketosis. So again, remember, if you are a person who's addicted to carbs, bread, roti, chawal, give it about a week or 10 days. अगर आप उसके अपनी बॉडी से इतना बिल्कुल निकाल दोगे, आपको yes 1 हफ्ते में बहुत lightheadedness होगी, चक्कर भी आएंगे, drink a lot of water, and you will be perfectly fine after 7 to 10 days. You will absolutely have no symptoms of that sort at all. So again, this is what happened to these 2 brothers, coming back to again a documentary, what I'm talking about, Sugar versus Fat, which was aired on BBC, I think back in 2016 sometime. Okay. So again, the low carb जो brother था started to feel lightheaded, and I said, like I said, it's going to be normal, but the problem can often be partially avoided or quite a bit avoided by increasing your water intake, and also water with some Himalayan salt or sea salt or just fresh lemon. And after about a week or maybe 10 days, it's normally gone. All of these symptoms are just going to be gone. So that was the first thing that they wanted to see. जब आप अपनी body को low carb या low diet fat में डालते हो, what would you see? The second thing it wanted to see, what happens, exercise capacity क्या होगी? So when you go on a low carb diet versus a low fat diet, who do you think? I mean, if I would ask you for what would you think? किसको energy कम होगी exercise करने की? So for the testing purposes, what they did, they asked the brothers to do long sessions of uphill cycling. The low carb brother lost really bad. Why? 2 things. Again, the body needs about 1 week to about 10 days, or sometimes maybe even 3 to 4 weeks for a lot of people to adapt to high intensity exercise, which means, again, coming back to the same story, because your body always has glucose and glycogen. जब तक वो deplete नहीं होगी, आपकी body ketosis में नहीं जाएगी. That means आपकी body जो है fat को नहीं use करेगी for energy. And that takes easily about a week or maybe 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks for some people. Okay, so make sure that you are again, you have a special condition, you want to check with the doctor if you have, some kind of diabetes. Again, wanted to mention, even for diabetes, it's good. But again, I'm going to definitely ask you to talk to your doctor. But as for many researchers, low carb diet is the best thing for people who have even diabetes. You have to go on a low carb diet. ये जो आपकी addiction है carbs की, तभी आपको diabetes प्रॉब्लम हुई है. टाइप 2 डायबिटीज होती है तभी है व्हेन यू आर सो यूज्ड टू ईटिंग कार्ब्स. आपकी बॉडी को इतनी आदत हो जाती है कार्ब्स खाने की, और फिर जब लोग लो कार्ब में जाते हैं उनको सिर दर्द होगी, उनको लाइट हेडेड होगी, शुगर कम जाती है एंड दे फर्दर फ्रीक आउट. उनको लगता है नहीं नहीं हमें कार्ब्स चाहिए. सो आई नो लॉट ऑफ people जो लो जिनका डायबिटीज पे हैं वो अपने हमेशा पर्स में कुछ मीठा लेके चलते हैं, कोई कार्ब्स लेके चलते हैं, बिकॉज सपोजली दैट्स व्हाट दे थॉट दे सपोज्ड टू डू. Again, talk to your doctor, but I don't think that's the best way. You're not supposed to. I mean, you're just feeding your body back with glucose. You're not doing any favor to your body. You're just temporarily solving the problem for that time, अपनी lightheadedness निकालने के लिए, but you're not curing your diabetes at all by doing this. I would rather eat some nuts. थोड़े से almonds खाओ, थोड़े से nuts खाओ, थोड़ा सा peanut butter खा लो, थोड़े से peanuts खा लो, some any kind of nuts. But again, just quickly snacking on something sweet just because you're feeling lightheaded, just because you have diabetes is not thing. I mean, you're just putting your body back in the same cycle. Sugar low, sugar high, sugar low, sugar high. It's not a cure at all. So if you've been doing that, all I would say is stop doing that. You have to snack on something healthier. If you are diabetic, there's absolutely no reason to carry always something sweet or something carb in your purse or wherever that you go along with you. That's definitely not a good idea at all. Okay. Okay, so like I said, exercise maybe. What happens? Yes, initially the first 1 or 2 weeks when you're in a low carb diet, you're really going to feel weak just because your body is still just not used to it. It's not adapting to burning, your fat for energy. So that's just not happening. It takes a little bit longer for a lot of people. Okay, and so now and the third thing. So what this is, check the brain function. कि उनकी brain capacity क्या थी? We talked about that. We talked about the exercise capacity. Diabetes is an important number. Insulin numbers का क्या हुआ? So let's go talk about these two brothers. So what we're talking about is fat versus sugar. What is worse? And then we're talking about this BBC study, if anyone tuned in, sugar versus fat, that was aired sometime back on BBC. And go find it on YouTube, watch it yourself. It's really interesting to watch. And so we talk about all the different aspects of what happened, who lost more weight. And like I said, definitely the person or the brother that was on the low carb diet lost 9 pounds, but the one on low fat diet only lost 2 pounds. Okay, so let's go talk about now sugar numbers. What happened to those? Diabetes, which is, I'm going to call it icing on the cake because that's where everything is, right? You always want to avoid diabetes in your life. So low carb brother almost became pre-diabetic by eating low carbs. Okay, the low carb brother was now it will only happen for 2 weeks. Your your fasting glucose might go a little bit higher for these 2 weeks. But that does not mean you're getting any kind of diabetes at all. This is just because the fasting glucose level actually gets slightly higher on a low carb, high fat diet, while glucose levels during the day is always lower. Okay, so let that not scare you. So let's say if you are on this kind of a diet and your fasting glucose जो है 1-2 हफ्ते के लिए बढ़ रही है, that's just temporarily, and it's going to perfectly go back to fine because many researchers have proven that this is just a dip or going up and down. But then typically many researchers have proven that anyone on a low carb diet is always going to be able to keep up their diabetes or the insulin back in control, as opposed to anyone who's on a high carb diet. So. Okay, so now let's go talk about what is worse. So we've talked about all these studies, but let's go talk about which is worse. That's a $1 million question, right? हमने इतनी सारी studies बात कर ली, what not. So which is worse, fat or sugar? If you're still confused, have you ever wondered, if you're still confused, आप हमेशा wonder करते हैं क्या fat खाना है, sugar खाना है, fat नहीं खाना, खाने में हम चीनी मत डालें या खाने में घी कम डालें, what are we supposed to do? Okay, you've probably heard that carbohydrates can lead to weight gain. Okay, and this might lead you to think that sugar is worse. But you may also have heard the other side that says that fat खाने से मोटे होते हैं, just because the word fat says fat, right? With these two thoughts in your head, you can find kind of yourself bouncing. A lot of people just bounce back and forth between a low fat diet and a low carb diet, and a low fat diet and a low carb diet, and they just go back. एक try करते हैं, वो काम नहीं करती, दूसरी try करते हैं, फिर दूसरी try करते हैं. So you're just kind of bouncing it back and forth. Let's go take some calls. We're going to talk into Kumar. Hi, Kumar. How are you?
I'm doing good, ma'am. Thanks so much. I'm listening to my app, and it was so interesting topic today. I don't have an office, but it's that I like the documentary which is telling about the guys who tried,
Yes,
And
very nice. Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
no, I didn't see that. But I'm just listening that since you're talking
Very
about the
nice.
documentary and
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
And I stay near to the Sunny Level, the place. So what I'm trying to say that I did the dieting for 3 months, but why that hair lose sometimes hair falls because it was not falling, but when I try to use the dieting now, maybe that I'm taking less carbs, maybe less fat. Even that is also one of the problems why it is fall down hair, more hair lose in that period.
Right. Let me get, I think I got your question for some reason. I just wanted to mention your voice is echoing quite a bit. So I was really I was trying to, I think, but if I just let me know if I'm right. But I think your question was when you go on a diet, hair falls, and then why and what you could do to avoid that. Is that what the question was? Hello? Hello?
Yes, that's what the question is. Sorry about that. Yes.
Got it. That's okay. Okay, so yes, hair fall. I have seen it probably happens in about 4 to 5 people out of 10 when you start eating lesser calories. It's it doesn't happen with a lot of people as long as you're aware. One, I would definitely make sure either to take biotin. Okay, again, biotin is something really good for hair and nails, so I would suggest that you could probably add that. I would probably use like a hair massager and oil combined with tea tree oil and coconut oil. That definitely helps quite a bit with getting your hair follicles back, growing hair. So a combination of tea tree oil and coconut oil is something, again, these are all natural remedies. Tea tree oil and coconut oil combined, just massage your scalp with that, maybe once or, 2 or 3 times a week. That's a good thing. Biotin is the second thing I suggested. A little bit extra protein. If you're not increasing your protein intake, again, I'm not going to ask you, I really do not believe in a high protein diet. I mean, I don't think that's the way to go on a very high protein diet, but protein, let's say, whatever you weigh, you should be having about that much grams of protein in a day. So in kgs. So let's say if a person weighs 60 kgs. So you should be having about 60 grams of protein a day. It's a very simple kind of a calculation to remember. Okay. So make sure that you're eating 60 grams of protein a day. So that's not overdoing the protein. It's just something that you need. And if you're not eating that and you're also trying to go on a diet, you might see some hair loss. But again, follow these things. Like I said, up your protein by that much grams if you are not still doing that. Second is try introducing some kind of multivitamin with biotin, but biotin also comes separately in just capsules. That's good for hair and nails both. And the third, like I mentioned, try to massage your scalp with tea tree oil and coconut oil a couple times a week.
Oh, that's fantastic. So would you mind to ask you one more quick question? That can you hear me now? Is it okay to my voice?
Yes, yeah, it's a little bit better than yes. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So when people trying to do a dieting, so is there any example today a whole day I use same food? Can I repeat the same thing every day? Or I need to keep changing the things because sometimes you get bored eating same thing every day and day. So is that a good idea to keep changing things every day till your diet for 2 months, 3 months, 2 weeks like that?
Yeah. As long as you're knowing what you're eating, as long as you're controlling your calories and you're putting something according. So let's say you are on 20% carb, 40% protein, and 40% fat kind of a diet. Now, that could be any combination. So that's the goal. So ideally, I always say the least the carbs, and then protein, and then fat. Or maybe just about equal fat and protein. But I think, so that's the kind of balance you should be keeping in your daily diet if you're really looking to kind of do a weight loss. And of course, at the same time, you need to have some deficit from your body's metabolism. So you need, I don't know if you know what your body's metabolism is, but that's a very good number to know. So there's a testing, again, I also do it at my center. It's called the metabolic testing. It tells you exactly how many calories you burn per day. So now if you're really looking to lose weight, you need to create a small deficit, not a big deficit, but some small deficit from that number. So let's say your number comes to 1850 calories a day. So of course, you're not going to lose weight if you keep eating 1850. But at the same time, you're also not going to lose weight if you eat 1200. So your then safe number to lose weight without jeopardizing your metabolism would be maybe 1600. So that's a good number to go. But now within that 1600, whatever way you want to divide it, as long as you're following that ratio of 20 to maybe 25% carbs and then protein and fat, I mean, you could change things perfectly fine.
Okay. Thank you so much. I saw that you guys in a meetup, so that's a good idea. I can come and join, every Friday there. So,
yes, yes.
thank you so much, ma'am. Appreciate your time. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling. Okay. Studio number again, if you have a question or a similar question or something about your exercise, nutrition, weight, and you really need some advice, I'll be happy to help you. My studio ka number hai 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. आप सुन रहे हैं रचना को रचना's fitness show पे. I do come every Wednesday. We do take your live calls about health, nutrition, fitness, weight loss, weight gain. And I've been doing this for more than 7 years. I have owned my own center called Rachna's Wellness Center for about 11 years now, running at the same place in Sunnyvale, California. And a lot of programs have started, there are a bunch of programs that have been always continuing. And then I keep starting a lot of newer programs. There's a program called Post-Pregnancy Weight Loss Program. That was, I think, one of my first ones I started maybe 8-9 years back. After some other initial programs. And then we also had Just Abs. And then we also do now, we also have a Mahal Loser contest going on. We're doing a contest between a bunch of participants to see whoever loses the most weight in a 2-month period. And then we also have our Desi challenge, like a 30-day fitness challenge. So they're all different programs. And again, the goal of all of these programs is to make you a fit person. It's not to deprive you of living life, is to make you enjoy living life, is to make you enjoy the process of losing weight. It shouldn't be a struggle. Weight loss is not a struggle. It is not a struggle. If you do things the right way, you're going to enjoy the process and you want to do it every single day for the rest of your life. So be realistic about your weight loss goals. Follow a pattern. And that's exactly what I teach people in all of my programs. Let's do something that's realistic. Let us do something that you enjoy. Let us do something that you will become as a lifestyle soon enough and the whole family can be part of. That's how I design all of my programs. So again, one of our programs called Just Abs for men and women is starting on May 15th. Again, to mention, I know I've been mentioning this all the time, all of my programs can be done on site. Or if you're listening to my program and you do not live local in the area, a lot of my programs are specifically designed now for people to be done from wherever in the world. So if you are listening to this program, or if you have a friend or family back in a different country that you think might be able to benefit from this program, I have had a lot of people who've had their cousins and, some family members enroll from back in India just because they did something with me here and they talked about their brother, sister, whoever getting married. So a lot of brothers and sisters of people living here have enrolled in my programs from India, and they have lost a lot of weight from there too. So if you're interested in maybe getting someone that you know might be able to benefit, or let's say they have a wedding coming on or something and you want them to do it from India. A lot of people have done that. So yes, you're definitely welcome to do that too. So all of my programs can either be done on site or remotely from wherever that you live. That means your coaching, your sessions, your meal plans, your exercise sessions, you will just log in. They can be done any time of the day. There's no specific time, but it could be done any time of the day. But again, you are given specific programs to follow that you would follow from home, wherever that you are. Or if you're local, I would love to, of course, see you. And then we also have program people who do a combination. Let's say they can only come in once a week, on a weekend probably, or whatever. And they would just come in once a week. Then the other days they follow the programs from home. So it could be set up any way possible. Okay, or a mix and match of remotely and on-site option, anything could be possible. So again, to get registered or to come and talk to me for any of the batches, specifically the batch called Just Abs starting on May 15th, give me a call, 408-320-8111. Again, 408-320-8111. You can also visit my website. That is going to give you all the contact information, Rachna Radio, Rachna, rachnaradio.com. Just go and Google Rachna's Wellness Center. RWC, that's another way to find us, or you can always find us through my Facebook page पे जाके go find Rachna Radio, Rachna, Rachna Radio. Please go watch my videos on YouTube, where I've of course made a lot of videos on something that you've been hearing me on the radio. So I've short videos where I would compare, let's say I'm talking about sugar, so I'll take a bunch of types of sugar and talk about sugars and demonstrate something. Or let's say I've also done some healthy cooking videos, but not specifically a lot of cooking videos, but more of demonstration kind of versus, let's say, how to make a healthy this smoothie or that kind of a thing. So there are a lot of videos, so go check them out. Let me know if there's something else you would like to watch. I'll be happy to shoot it for you. And okay, so again, to get registered, I'm really excited about the May 15th batch called Just Abs. To get registered, a complete 3-month program that is going to change you. That is going to make you lose a lot of weight from your stomach, get your sugar back in control. And I've had a lot of people, and I'm so proud to say that a lot of people who have done my batches in 3 months, they pre-diabetes gone. And a lot of people who were already diabetic or were on some kind of cholesterol triglyceride medication, they had to stop, or they just didn't need it anymore. So that's happened. And if that's something you're looking for, or you're just looking to get thinner and get stronger, or just get stronger in general, or feel good about yourself, or lose some inches so your dresses and your clothes fit better. So again, the Just Abs program starts on May 15th, complete 3-month program that includes the whole 9 yard of losing weight. I will be pushing you, coaching you, motivating you on a daily basis. You can either do it on site or remotely. And then I also give you personalized desi meal plans that we follow for the whole 3-month period. And complete batch starts on May 15th. Just Abs. To register, give me a call, 408-320-8111. Again, 408-320-8111. Or visit my website, rachnaradio.com. Okay, so let's go and talk about again स्टूडियो नंबर फिर से दे दिया. अगर आप अभी कॉल करके क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहते हैं किसी एक्सरसाइज हेल्थ न्यूट्रिशन फिटनेस रिलेटेड, हमारा अभी स्टूडियो का नंबर है 408-912-5565. अगेन 408-912-5565. Okay, so we've talked about fat, sugar. Let's go talk about, so which is worse? What is worse, fat or sugar? Okay, so like I said, we've always been confused. That's a question, the $1 million question. लोग हमेशा पूछते हैं खाने में हम मीठा कम खाएं या चीनी मक्खन कम खाएं. That's a if I put it in a desi typical way, right? Is that something, $1 million question that you and that's when a lot of people keep bouncing back and forth between a low fat diet and a low carb diet, and they again go back to low fat diet and again a low carb diet. So if you are feeling confused about which is worse, fat or sugar, you are not alone. This debate has been going on, and thank you to all the funded researches that I shared about, because they've confused us even further. Saying कि fat मत खाओ, चीनी ठीक है. And at the same time, now a lot of researchers are coming out that say, no, coconut oil is good for you. You should be cooking in coconut oil. आप सुबह empty पेट खा ले, coconut oil खाओ. In fact, you will now go to a lot of health stores. You will find coffee packets. Like coffee के जो Keurig के pods होते हैं, या just really basically one of those coffee packets, and they have already coconut oil mixed into it. So you just add that and you already get your dose of coconut oil. So that is how good fat is. And now, of course, we're going to be confused. What are we supposed to do, right? So like I said, this debate has been going for a long time and has created a truckload of books, none of which honestly address the real issue. Here is the truth. The truth is, while there is no really good sugar, there's no sugar that I'm going to call good sugar, even fruit sugar. I'm not going to call it good sugar. It's sugar. Yes, that is better, but am I going to call it the good sugar? No, not really. That means, are you supposed to control your fruit intake? Yes, you're definitely supposed to control your fruit intake. Are you supposed to not be eating fruit every single night? Yes, you're not supposed to be eating fruit every single night. Yes, fruits have vitamins and minerals, but you have to combine them with some kind of protein. Maybe have it a little bit more midday in the morning, but towards the end of the day, fruits have to be minimal. So the truth is, so what is the truth? Okay, so like I said, the truth is, really there is no good sugar you can eat. But fat can be good or bad for you depending on what kind of fat you use. So there is no good sugar, but fat can be good and bad. So the question was, is fat, sugar, what is worse? So there's no good sugar, but fat can be good or bad depending on what kind of fat you choose. So, and I know I've said this enough, for a long time in all of my programs, that sugar is turned into fat into your body because your body doesn't like to waste energy. So when you eat extra sugar, of course, a lot of it is going to stay in your bloodstream, that's when your sugar goes up, आपके insulin ऊपर जाती है, whatnot. But that is what insulin does. The नाम ही insulin का नाम ही होता है. There's the hormone जिसको insulin कहते हैं, उसका नाम है fat storage hormone. That's another name for insulin, is called fat storage hormone, like the name says it. जैसे आपकी blood की sugar high जाती है, इंसुलिन आपकी बॉडी पे सिक्रीट होता है, बहुत सारा आपके ब्लड में आता है, और काम इंसुलिन का क्या है, एज द नेम सेज इट, फैट स्टोरेज हार्मोन. उसका काम है जल्दी से शुगर को आपके ब्लड से हटाना. हटा के कहाँ लेके जाएगा? स्टोर इट एज फैट. Okay, so insulin is going to take all of that sugar that is kind of extra in the bloodstream just because you ate a heavy carb diet or a heavy sugar diet or some kind of sugary or carb stuff. The work of insulin is going to take all of that sugar away from your bloodstream and now go store it as fat. That means your sugar goes low again. When your sugar goes low again, you feel hungry again. And now that's a cycle that you get into. And this is when you develop diabetes. Okay. So like I said, I've explained this to you in many of different ways, is that sugar is turned into fat in your body because the body doesn't like to waste energy. When you drink a soda, what happens? Or eat something sugary, what happens? Your body cannot possibly use all of that sugar energy. Your body's solution to extra sugar energy running around the body is to store it as fat. This is why low carb diets work if you keep your blood sugar low. Because if you keep your blood sugar low, you also keep your body from not getting in the mode of always storing fat because there's no sugar in the blood all the time. Because carbs do convert into sugar. So, I'm not going to ask you to go on a zero carb diet. But again, low carb diet, yes, you're going to feel lightheaded for a while. Again, talk to your doctors if you have a special condition. But yes, in general, low carb diet has been a winner for years and years and years. आप उसको किसी भी funded research से आप छुपा दो, but that's the fact. That's the fact. जितने भी independent funded studies हैं उन सब ने prove किया है कि fat is good for you. So आप अपना चावल कंट्रोल करो, बट जरूरी नहीं है कि उसके अंदर देसी घी में अपना it's okay as long as you're controlling your portion size, but cook your foods, meals in good healthy fat. That is what is going to make you satisfied. उससे आपका कम खाने में पेट भरेगा. प्लेन चावल खाते रहोगे आप सिर्फ थोड़े सांभर के साथ या इडली के साथ आप कितने भी खाते रहो पेट नहीं भरता. अब वही कोई चीज़ अच्छे फैट में बनी होती थोड़े से आपका बहुत छोटी क्वांटिटी में पेट भर जाएगा. It's going to keep you satisfied also for a longer time. Okay, so we talked about sugars. Like I said, ऐसी कोई sugar नहीं है जो अच्छी है. And I talked about fat. Good भी हो सकता है, bad भी हो सकता है. So like I said, there are bad fats and good fats. Okay, and this would be the opposite of what you have probably heard, many times. Next to sugar, there's not a worse food to put in your mouth than vegetable oils. So bad fats की बात करें, अगर sugar से compare करेंगे, like sugar is bad. Another thing that's really bad is vegetable oils. They look suspiciously similar to sugar because these oils are highly processed and highly refined. They are unstable. They create a lot of free radicals. They turn into trans fats. And when you consume these oils, they increase inflammation in the body. Inflammation leads to diabetes. Inflammation leads to belly fat. Inflammation leads to cholesterol, triglycerides. So if you are cooking still, I know I've been telling this for years and years and years now, if you are still cooking in vegetable oils, canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, just basic vegetable oil, you need to get rid of them right away. If you're still eating them, just don't complain why your knees hurt because that's inflammation. These oils create inflammation in the body. Okay, so you need eating saturated fats, such as those found in either good meat, if you eat good meat, chicken, butter, pure organic desi ghee, pure desi ghee, coconut oil, palm oil, along with, of course, some seed oils like olive oil, avocado oil are good too. Even mustard oil is a better option. Okay, so again, the question comes back again, which is worse, fat or sugar? Okay, the question about what is worse, fat or sugar, is kind of they both cause problems again. And especially when bad fats and sugar are combined in a meal. So when bad fat is combined with carbs or sugar in a meal, that's the worst combination. And I'm going to give an example of a worst combination right there. Hamburger meal from a fast food restaurant, McDonald's or whatever name that you want to pick, or a chicken sandwich meal or whatever meal. Those are bad fats combined with carbs. Those are the worst for you. Because first of all, there's no way they fried or did anything in, coconut oil or, it's just trans fats. It's some stale oil that's been used at least for 2 or 3 days. And it's full of trans fats. It's vegetable oil. It's all kind of bad stuff. So it's not good for you at all. And now combine that with your burger bun. Uske upar mayonnaise lagi hai, har tarah ka galat fat laga hai. I mean, that's the worst combination that you can possibly have. Okay, so again, the question is, now what do we do? So if I put it this way, the low carb people got it half right. And the low fat people also got it half right. So if you want to lose weight, you need to start avoiding sugars and start consuming healthy fats. And I think that's what I'm going to conclude the conversation with about fat and sugar. So I think it was pretty interesting. So again, go watch, like I said, we talked about the sugar versus fat documentary that was aired some time back on BBC. You probably should be able to find it online somewhere. So go watch it. And start getting informed. The reason you all are listening to me or whoever is listening to me is because you're interested in this topic. So that doesn't mean it's only going to be 12 to 1 every Wednesday. It's a part of your lifestyle, right? You just can't tune off every Wednesday and think, okay, that is what she said, and then follow it for a day and get off. Because if you want to make yourself healthy, you have to adopt these changes. You have to adopt what I've been telling you. It's just not about listening. It's about making changes, taking action. आप जब तक action नहीं लेंगे, I don't know what's going to happen, right? So if your kid keeps telling you, they come home, आज बहुत सारा homework है, but they don't even start doing the homework. I don't know what this means. बता दिया, now what? That means action follows. Supposed to do your homework. Same thing. If you want to lose weight, आप बोलते रहोगे lose weight करना है, ठीक खाना है, lose weight करना है, आप कुछ करोगे नहीं, action नहीं लोगे तो तो कुछ होगा ही नहीं. Simple as that. I can't make this statement any easier for you to understand. और जब एक्शन लोगे, जैसे होमवर्क आपका बच्चा होमवर्क करने बैठेगा तो हो जाएगा, राइट? होगा नहीं होगा? Of course होगा. It might take longer or sooner, whatever amount of homework you got, based on however much weight you have to lose, but it's going to happen, right? You know, he might have to start at 4 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon and maybe finish at 10 at night. But, you know, based on the amount of homework, same thing with you. So if you have 20 pounds to lose, 50 pounds to lose, 10 pounds to lose, 5 pounds to lose, 80 pounds to lose, 100 pounds to lose, if you don't start, how's it ever going to come off? The more the weight, yeah, you're going to have a little bit more commitment required, but that's okay. It's going to come off. Yes, it will come off. There's absolutely nothing stopping you. आपको अपने सिर्फ माइंड को रिमाइंड करना है कि now is the time I want to make a change in my body. Otherwise, you can just keep pushing it. You can procrastinating it. How long are you going to keep doing it? अंदर से आपको भी पता है you want to have a healthy body. अंदर से आपको भी पता है कि अगर आप, in fact, it's just about buffet times right now, the desi restaurants. If you are even thinking about going to a buffet, just turn your car, move around. It's not worth it. I know all the buffet restaurants are going to be mad at me for telling you all this, but if you're in a line right now or getting there or trying to find a parking and you're listening to the show seriously, you just can't. Just don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. Go around, pick up a salad from somewhere, or maybe sometimes even skipping a meal is a good idea. There's nothing wrong. In fact, go on my Facebook page. I just posted something recently, I think just about a day or two back on my Facebook page on how sometimes skipping a meal is not a bad idea. Is not a bad idea. There's a reason fasting was invented years back because there was a specific reason fasting अब लेनी तक सिर्फ भगवान खुश हो रहे थे. Which of course was probably one of those things. हम लोग ये मंडे को फास्ट करते हैं, लोग ट्यूसडे को फास्ट करते हैं, शंकर जी का फास्ट है, शिव जी का फास्ट है, हनुमान जी का फास्ट है, or whatever fast that you guys follow, whatever, they had a reason. हम सिर्फ भगवान को खुश करने के लिए तो नहीं reason बना होगा fasting का. I'm sure there was some reason to it and we all are now understanding कि जितनी भी चीजें शुरू हुई थी उनके पीछे कोई reason था. So fasting was skipping a meal. I'm not saying that's a lifestyle. I'm not saying that you should be jeopardizing your metabolism by not eating all throughout the day and now eating like, I don't know, whatever, end of the night. That's wrong. But just skipping a meal and still eating regular meal end of the day is a good thing. Couple days in a month, you need to try fasting. That's when you get deplete all your glycogen of the body. You get your body in a ketosis mode. It's good for you. It's a cleansing. जब आपकी बॉडी फैट बर्न करती है, फैट के साथ, क्योंकि सारा जो हमारा टॉक्सिन्स होते हैं बॉडी में वो फैट में स्टोर होते हैं. फैट इज व्हाट स्टोर्स ऑल द टॉक्सिन इन द बॉडी. जब तक आपकी बॉडी में से फैट नहीं मेल्ट होगा, वो टॉक्सिन्स नहीं निकलेंगे, आपकी एलर्जीज हाई रहेंगी, आपका इम्यून सिस्टम वीक रहेगा, आपकी बॉडी में दर्द होगी, आपको इन्फ्लेमेशन, आपकी एलर्जी सिस्टम खराब होगा, आपको सबसे पहले कोल्ड और फ्लू होगा, आपको बुखार होगा, नहीं होगा. ऑल दो सिम्पटम्स आर रिलेटेड विद टॉक्सिन्स. जब तक आपकी बॉडी में से टॉक्सिन्स नहीं निकलेंगे, ये सिम्टम्स नहीं जाएंगे. टॉक्सिन्स कैसे निकलेंगे? जब तक आप फैट बर्न नहीं करोगे. फैट कैसे बर्न होगा? Skip a meal sometimes. When you skip a meal, there's no glucose, there's no glycogen. That's when the body starts to go directly and attack the fat because it needs energy. Energy तो मिल जाती, right? अब ये जो feeling है कि हम low energy नहीं खाना मिल रहा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. एक दिन होगा, 2 दिन होगा, 3 दिन होगा, एक हफ्ता होगा, like probably 7 to 10 days, and you're perfectly fine after that. It all gets good and fine. So try skipping. Go on my Facebook page. By Facebook page, go find Rachna Radio actually on Facebook, Rachna, Rachna Radio. Please go like my page. I do keep posting all these, interesting rules that I want you to start applying and looking into it and maybe changing your lifestyle, something that I talked about. So Facebook पे go find me, Rachna Radio on Facebook. And again, we're just getting towards the end of the show. आप सुन रहे थे Rachna को Rachna's Fitness Show पे. I do come here every Wednesday between 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We do take your live calls. We talk about health, nutrition, fitness, and I'm actually the owner of Rachna's Wellness Center, RWC, that was started more than about 11 years ago. And I have, of course, worked with thousands and thousands and thousands of people where I've designed a lot of different weight loss programs. Experience has taught a lot. I've dealt with so many cases where I've had them get rid of any kind of medications, where they had either a shoulder pain that went away or a back pain that went away during my courses. So yes, I have a lot of different programs. If you have a health condition that's stopping you, trust me, it does not have to. Because once you get that health condition back in control, you'll be a healthier person. You're going to also be a happier person. So again, if you're looking to lose weight, whatever condition you have, I'll be happy to talk to you to see आप क्या कर सकते हैं, मिलके क्या कर सकते हैं आपके लिए, how to get healthy, how to still control that situation so you don't interfere with that situation, in fact make it better. So I'll be happy to talk to you. Again, specifically interested in my Just Abs program, which is starting on May 15th. To get registered for the Just Abs, it's a complete 3-month weight loss program. Just Abs, focusing on losing weight from your stomach area. A 3-month course for men and women starts May 15th. To get registered, give us a call 408-320-8111. Again, 408-320-8111. You can also contact me through my website, rachnaradio.com, RACHNA, rachnaradio.com, or just give us a call 408-320-8111. Again, like I mentioned, Just Abs for men and women is starting on May 15th. To get registered, 408-320-8111. I'll be again here next Wednesday. Till then, keep fit and keep working out.